to daughter. Can we have idea? हो सकता है, आप बोलो, सारे इंटरेक्ट करो, शाबाश. क्या हो सकता है? क्या हो सकता है? हर्ट. हर्ट. चलो, लेट्स फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड द सिचुएशन. व्हाट आर यू फीलिंग फॉर द पेशेंट मदर? Now, after listening to the story, what we are feeling for the patient's mother? She is being victimized. है ना? She is being victimized. ऐसा ही है? Yes or no? So she is being victimized by husband and in-laws. Husband and in-laws, और हम क्या इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ले सकते हैं इसमें? शी इज बीइंग विक्टिमाइज्ड. व्हाट कैन वी टेक इन द केस? व्हाट कैन वी सी इन द केस? बोलो शाबाश, जल्दी जल्दी. हमने सारा काम कल खत्म कर दिया, आज हमने पढ़ना ही है. आज कोई वीआईपी नहीं है, कोई फेलिसिटेशन नहीं है. आज का दिन भरपूर पढ़ाई. बोलो. डिस्क्रिमिनेशन फेस कर रही है. वेरी गुड. और उसको ये फील हो रहा है कि ब्लैक मैजिक हो रहा है. बिल्कुल हो रहा है. और शाबाश. क्या ले सकते हैं इसमें? फियर ऑफ इविल, डिल्यूजन ऑफ फियर ऑफ इविल्स, और शाबाश, सराउंडेड बाय एनिमीज, केज्ड फीलिंग. व्हाट एल्स? Conspiracies against her. और शाबाश, उसका बिगर पिक्चर. चलो, सो थोड़ा सा जीएनएम का पार्ट लेते हैं, देन वी विल गेट इन टच. What's that? So there are three parts: cirrhosis, portal hypertension, and the third is esophageal varices. यही prominent है अभी. So liver cirrhosis is the consequence of territorial anger conflicts, and based on the knowledge of GNM, the abdominal cavity which retains water, the person is experiencing territorial anger with abandonment. Esophageal varices. According to the conventional medicine, esophageal varices are swollen veins in the lining. And what is the conflict behind this? Not being able to allow to swallow a morsel, because varices usually always occurs in the lower 1/3 of the esophagus. So they are always associated with the indigestible morsel, unable to swallow a morsel or being allowed to swallow a morsel. Ab now we have to find patterns. That is TGI, transgenerational epigenetic inheritance, right? So डिवाइन स्पार्क क्या है उसका बच्चे का? Affectionate? Is she affectionate? Yes or no? She is caring? Yes or no? है ना? अब फॉल्स परसेप्शन पे नहीं जाएंगे हम, नहीं तो कहानी खत्म हो जाएगी. So what is she sensitive to? She is sensitive to comparison, where she has been compared while going to trip. Mother-in-law wanted son, Dadi and Chacha didn't said anything to brother. Her mother was in comparison to Devrani. She is sensitive to being left out. She is being scolded. She is sensitive. See, as a person evolves through the life, the sensitivity also evolves. It goes from criticism to reproach to murder. ये रूब्रिक का एवोल्यूशन है. फिजियोलॉजिकल स्टेट में क्या काम करेगा? फिजियोलॉजिकल स्टेट में क्या काम करेगा? क्रिटिसिज्म काम करेगा. अगर मर्डर है तो मर्डर भी करेगा. इफ वी आर गेटिंग द पैटर्न. Think of this thing. This is a small child, 8 to 9 years old, and उसका liver खत्म हो गया. And there is no event which can describe in her life that anything has happened. That anything has happened. क्या describe कर रहा है कोई event? No event is describing. सिर्फ यही describe कर रहा है कि वो उसकी दोस्त ऐसी थी और उसकी मम्मी के साथ ऐसा होता. बात करें. That's it. What else we are seeing? Now, so how the cell is defending itself? Now the cell is defending itself by being responsible. That I should be responsible, studying properly so that I should not be scolded. So she created a defense. Right? अगर वो ना भी पढ़ती तो बेसिक्स हो रहा तो वही रहता. पर ये डिफेंस तो आया. I am sincere. Now I am keeping my belongings in a proper place by being fastidious, defending my mother when Dadi is abusing her. Her voice is sharp so that it should be audible. This is a defense. And mind it, ये जो लोकेसिटी शोकेसिटी है ना, कोई काम नहीं करती. अगर आप डॉक्टर हैमर पढ़ोगे तो there is a state in which he describes logoria. The people who talk excessively are logoric. And they keep on talking. And what is the reason of being what is the reason why a person is being loquacious? This is more important rather than the loquacity. This person is trying to let me down in an argument. ये मेरे को नीचा दिखाना चाहता है. That is why he is not allowing me to speak. तो ये बंदा स्मॉल फील करता है, या इसको ये होता है कि मैं हर्ट ना हो जाऊं, मेरे को कोई हर्ट ना कर दे, मैं ही बोलता रहूं, दूसरा कोई बोले ही ना. राइट? सो लोकेसिटी इज ओनली अ डिफेंसिव पार्ट. You are not going to prescribe it for something else. Now, I am being compared, I have to do good to others. Next. काम नहीं कर रहा. Now, how the cell went into the dying state? How will we know what triggered the cell to go to the dying state? For the cell to go in dying state in young age, it has to be programmed since generations. It has to be programmed since generations. Many strong hits are required to send the cell into a dying state. Right? So what were these hits? What were these hits? These hits were, Nani was being tortured, she was treated badly, then this went on to the next generation, patient's mother, and the child feels she is suffering because of patient's dadi and her friends who leave her. What are they doing to her? अब बोलो क्या फीलिंग है? We are seeing a victimized person, and our sympathy is with the patient, mother and patient, right? पर मैं ये कहता हूँ नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए। क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए? प्रिजुडाइज हो जाएंगे। और अरे भाई बिगर पिक्चर देखो, तंग कौन कर रहा है? हस्बैंड, मदर इन लॉ, फादर इन लॉ, चाचा, तो सारी दुनिया ही तंग कर रही है उसको। बंदे की परसेप्शन में गड़बड़ है कि दुनिया में गड़बड़ है? It's the perception. It's the perception of the patient which is affected. The environment is only a replica of her inner state. It is only the replica of her inner state, right? So she is feeling victimized, and the other are torturing her. And we have to go from within to out. So we need a remedy whose developed sora is responsible, strong, conscientious, fastidious, but with an affectionate divine spark. कैसी दवाई होगी? क्या दवाई होगी? Whose main action is on liver. आर्सेनिक हो सकती है, फास्टिडियस है भाई, हो सकती है. Responsible, strong. See, we have to see a bigger picture. Initially मैं भी carried away हुआ कि ठीक है, इसको पेशेंट दूर था. I prescribed her Oromars. She is strong, responsible, and like this and this and this. Somehow she improved and she got worse. And after that, she had strokes in her brain. Then फिर उसको कंक्लूड किया कि अब हमें एक स्टेट रेमेडी, वी नीड अ स्टेट रेमेडी. Then we gave her phosphorus, which took her out of this state, but did nothing with the liver. She came out of this ventilator state, but the liver was still going down. And she was being told that we need a liver transplant within a day or two. Otherwise, that's it. She's going to die. So this was the whole analysis. This was the whole analysis. And अब false perception पे आओ. What is the mother feeling? What is the dadi feeling and producing? What is this patient of ours giving us? These were the rubrics we took. The mother was being murdered because it is a structural pathology, territorial anger, and a morsel which is indigestible. Which is indigestible. Delusion, murdered. एक part उसका divine spark, affectionate, murdered because you can't take criticism, you can't take reproach. The rubric which will cause structural changes, right? We need a rubric. If we need the sensitivity which has evolved to such a level that it is producing distortion or destruction of the liver, and that is caused by murdered. Delusion, murdered. Murdered means character assassination. And delusion, persecuted he or she is. सारी दुनिया ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक मेरे को ही तंग कर रही है और हर जगह डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा है. Persecution is being tormented and being discriminated. This is persecution. Now you can tell what remedy should we give. What remedy should we give? Lycopodium. So lyco is affectionate, lyco is this, lyco also has hugs and kisses, lyco is also fastidious. In in every rubric, in everything which we have studied, LICO is there. But if we are not going to see the bigger picture, we are going to miss LICO. और उसके बाद ये क्लिनिक आई, शी वॉज प्रिस्क्राइब्ड, क्योंकि मेरे को नीरव बोलते कि दवाई कैसे दी, कितने कितने टाइम पे दी, इसलिए मैं लिख के लाया. She was prescribed LICO 201 hourly till the time she became conscious, and the repetition was reduced to 3 hourly as her state improved, and then TDS, and now she is on LICO 200 every third day. This is she is now. वीडियो चलाया मैं, कोई ये देखना कोई और लड़की तो नहीं आ गई. She will show the marks of surgery on her abdomen. See, this is what about Budd-Chiari. See, this is the quality of homeopathy. ये उसी का वीडियो है, दिखा पहले दिया था, आपको पता लग गया होगा, ठीक होगी. चलो, so what we studied Sora, what we studied the pattern which was moving from nani to mother and mother to the child. The same sensitivity is being carried from there, right? Clear? We have to think, can criticism cause liver failure? Think like this. If the sensitivity has evolved so much through the generations, like Darwin ने बताया कि 5 to 6 strong hits are required to produce a cancer. Strong hits. यानी कि आपके पास कैंसर आए, don't go to the present state, we have to go back. We have to go back and see what's going on. Now let's get back to theoretical part. ये